Creighton coming to town for that midweek night game at the box for LSU baseball. Temperatures going to be pretty comfortable, dropping from the 80s into the 70s. Decent conditions, a little light breeze helping out as well. And then we're waiting for tomorrow. That is when showers and thunderstorms will be on the approach, tied to this disturbance that we're picking up here in the water vapor. So you see the twist right there. This disturbance is going to be moving towards the east and right over top of us as we go towards late tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, dragging a cold front along with it. You can see showers and storms kind of breaking out ahead of the disturbance, but also tied to the disturbance itself in far western Texas. The threat for severe weather today across the southern plains, where we've got an enhanced risk from Texas into Oklahoma, but then a more moderate risk even up towards the Great Lakes region, northern parts of Illinois. Now here locally, as we go into tomorrow, you can see for us light risk northern half of the viewing area, marginal risk for the southern half of the viewing area. So 1 or 2 out of 5 on the threat scale means not a guarantee, but as the line moves through, embedded within that line could be a couple of strong possibly severe storms. So let's take a look at some of the modeling. This is Futurecast of the HRRR. You'll note as we make our way through the rest of today, cloud cover in place, but no rainfall falling from those clouds. So we're going to keep things dry for the rest of your Tuesday, also for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, I don't think there's going to be much in the way of fog potential due to the winds. They're expected to remain elevated around 10 miles per hour, and then expect a breezy, if not windy day for Wednesday afternoon as winds elevate with gusts in the upper teens to 20-mile-per-hour range. Now by lunchtime, a stray sprinkle or two will be possible. Better rain opportunities, though, as we go into the night on Wednesday. So here we are paused at 7 o'clock. Still mainly dry across here in southeast Louisiana and southwest Mississippi, but that will quickly begin to change as we go closer to midnight. Right now, the HRRR suggesting 1 a.m. for the core of this storm system to be moving right over top of the heart of our viewing area. So obviously, hour or two early for western sections, an hour or two later for eastern sections. And again, embedded within this line or broken line of storms will be that potential for some gusty winds, a brief isolated tornado, maybe some frequent lightning, and the possibility of some small hail and the heavier downpour of rain. But as we get towards daybreak on Thursday, we're actually going to see things begin to settle down pretty quickly as that line of storms moves off towards the east. Some lingering moisture may bring in an additional shower or two, but we're expecting clearing skies as we get into your Thursday afternoon. Here's a look at Futurecast in terms of the rain amounts. This is the footprint that the rains are going to provide as we go Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. You can see how we see that big uptick in rain amounts according to our graph model. So we take a look at 4 models once again. They're all telling a similar story. 1, maybe 2 inches of rain in spots. Should be fairly manageable, although it will come in a very short amount of time, but the impacts would be overnight, and it's nuisance type flooding as the main impacts of ditches, streams, bayous, and some roadways. Those poorly drained areas, they're going to see that standing water, impacting fewer people because of the time frame that it will be moving through. This is going to be tied to a cold front, but you can see most of the cold air with this system is going to bypass us towards the north, so we get clipped by that. Only a brief cool down to end the work week. But another signature of cold air seen here is going to be driving towards the south for the beginning of next week. That cold front is going to have more of a significant change in our temperature heading into the beginning part of next week. So this next kind of cold front that we're going to be seeing Wednesday night and Thursday, only a brief cool down, but noticeable. We'll drop about 15 to 20 degrees in terms of temperatures as we go from the mid 80s on today and tomorrow to the 60s for Thursday's highs. 70s by the time we get towards Friday's highs, but notice as that next front moves in Sunday into Monday, an even bigger drop off in temperatures. We go from the 80s to the low to mid 60s by Monday, and maybe even seeing some 30s for morning lows for the middle of next week. So we're keeping our eye late Wednesday into early Thursday. As you head to bed, have a way of being alerted using our free First Alert Weather app or a NOAA weather radio, just in case you do need to kind of seek some permanent shelter there if a warning is issued for your location. But clearing out and drying out and cooling down for the end of this week.